Quick question. When you think about Acorns versus Robinhood, do you really know which one fits your trading goals? Because picking the wrong trading app could mean missing out on growth, or worse, losing control of your hard-earned cash. Maybe you've heard the hype, but what about the fine print? Before you invest a dime, let's break down what these platforms don't tell you up front. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so before you jump into either of these stock investing apps, let's get real with other traders' experiences with Acorns Investing and Robinhood Trading. Because let's be honest, stock investing apps always sound amazing on paper. Slick websites, polished promises. But what actually happens when people start using them? That's where the truth shows up, buried in the reviews. And here at Modest Money, we like to take a balanced approach. We went digging into both the glowing 5-star praises and those frustrated 1-star rants to see what people are really saying about Acorns investment platform and Robinhood investing app. Now, this one grabbed our attention. One Acorns reviewer was so frustrated that Acorns banking is becoming a self-serving, communistic, selfish place of business. He highlighted that controlling how much money you can withdraw and how much money you can send is against his American rights. Yeah, pretty heavy stuff. Now look, we take these concerns seriously. Nobody wants to feel like their money isn't fully theirs. But out of the millions of people using Acorns, this type of complaint is incredibly rare. And based on everything we found, it's often tied to standard banking security measures or federal regulations, not some sinister scheme by Acorns. It sounds extreme because it's one person's intense frustration in the heat of the moment. But the odds of this kind of issue happening is really low. And here's why. Acorns has built a huge community of everyday investors, and when you look across the reviews, you'll see a completely different story being told by the majority. One user said that Acorns investment is a wonderful way to invest and save money. He shared how much he'd recommend the platform, saying that he genuinely didn't think anyone would be disappointed with it. Another Acorns reviewer came from a user who mentioned how convenient the Acorns app is and how good the customer service has been for him. He talked about setting up direct deposit and how every time he makes a purchase, the spare change automatically lands in his Acorns investment account. So when you step back and look at the bigger picture, there are hundreds of happy customers for every individual unhappy customer. So these people love how easy and convenient Acorns makes investing. And honestly, that speaks volumes. Now, let's dive into what makes these platforms tick. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is what these apps can actually do for you. And here's where Acorns starts flexing a bit. If you're someone who struggles to save or invest consistently, Acorns app practically makes it happen without you even noticing. The standout feature is called roundups. It works like this. Every time you swipe your Acorns debit card, it rounds the transaction up to the nearest dollar and invests the spare change. So if you buy a coffee for $3.60, 60 cents automatically moves into your investment portfolio. It's effortless. And you might think, how much difference could that really make? Well, over time, those tiny amounts snowball into some serious money. It's like digital pocket change, but actually useful. Then there's automated Acorns investing. This is where Acorns really makes its mark. You can set up recurring contributions, whether it's $5 a week or splitting your paycheck to invest a percentage automatically. It builds your Acorns account and portfolio gradually so you're growing wealth in the background without lifting a finger. And because it's automated, it takes the emotion out of investing. No panic selling or impulsive buys, just steady, consistent growth. And it gets better. Acorns Early is a game changer for parents. It lets you start investing for your kids with as little as $5. Think about that. Instead of just sticking birthday money into a savings account, you can set up automated investments for their future. That money grows alongside them, creating a little financial head start. It's simple, smart, and takes almost no effort to manage. Now, here's a clever one. Found Money, also known as Acorns Earn. Every time you shop with one of their partner brands, you get bonus cash automatically invested into your account. It's kind of like cashback, but instead of it sitting in your checking account, it's growing in your portfolio. It's one of those quiet little perks that feels small, but adds up. And because not everyone starts out knowing how investing works, Acorns also offers educational resources. Their stock investing app is loaded with blogs and articles covering everything from budgeting tips to investment basics. It's tailored for beginners who want to understand how money works without needing a finance degree. It feels friendly, not intimidating. Now, how does all that stack up against Robinhood? Well, Robinhood plays a totally different game. Where Acorns is designed for passive, hands-off, long-term investors, Robinhood investing platform is for people who want control. With a Robinhood account, you can pick your own stocks, ETFs, and even options, all commission-free. If you're the type who loves to watch market trends, make quick trades, or experiment with different strategies, this is your playground. It's important to note that while both stock investing platforms aim to support beginner investors, they take different paths to get there. Acorns handles everything for you. It's like a financial autopilot. Robinhood gives you the wheel and lets you steer. Neither is better or worse than the other, it just depends on the kind of investor you are. If you like long-term, diverse portfolios you don't have to manage, Acorns is probably your move. But if you're curious about active trading and want to learn by doing, Robinhood is gonna feel like home. Now, as much as these stock investing platforms have a lot to offer, nothing's flawless. With Acorns, the biggest thing some people point out is that it's a little too hands-off. If you're someone who loves micromanaging your investments or picking individual stocks, you might find it restrictive. But honestly, that's kind of the point. It's built for people who don't want to spend their weekends reading stock charts. It's made for folks who value simplicity, automation, and long-term gains. And in that category, it's tough to beat. Robinhood, on the flip side, has the opposite issues. It gives you so much freedom, it can sometimes feel pretty overwhelming, especially for beginners. Alright, now let's talk pricing. Acorns is reasonably priced, with flexible plans that grow with you as your investment increase. It might be a little high for someone just dipping their toes in, but when you factor in the automatic investing, roundups, and family investing tools, the value is there. On the other hand, Robinhood is free to use for basic stock and ETF trades. Yep, commission free. That's one of its biggest selling points. Of course, there are advanced features and margin accounts with extra costs, but for most beginners, Robinhood is a budget-friendly option. Check the link in the description for the latest fees, commissions, and any special promos we've rounded up for you. We'll do our best to keep it updated. So here's the takeaway in this Robinhood versus Acorns review. If you want a no-stress, automated way to build wealth over time, Acorns is a fantastic choice. But if you're ready to get your hands dirty picking stocks and trading on your own terms, Robinhood's a solid platform to start with. Check the link in the description of this video to get started with our special discount and coupon.